Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. Today I'll be talking about some of the news topics from across the country, but before I get started, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to let you know about the biggest Halloween party happening in Bangkok on the 30th of October this month. For Halloween, it's called Monster Jam. They're going to be huge musical artists like Ray Shremerd, Slim Jim, and Sway Lee supergroup, with some of Thailand's best rappers supporting, including 2P, Daboyway, and Bangkok Invaders. Now, this event also has some amazing other things going on, like a haunted maze, a celebrity dunk booth, carnival games, and best costume contests, where there are prizes up to 30,000 baht for each category. So there's a chance for you to win in different categories. So don't miss out. Buy your tickets now at monsterjambangkok.com. That's Thailand's largest Halloween party happening this month in Bangkok. And of course, a big shout out to Fazwaz, our sponsor of the show. If you've ever thought about buying property in Thailand, please visit fazwaz.com. They've got a great support team. They'll answer all your questions. It's just me today again. Once again, my partner in crime, my significant other, my one and only Alexi Latour, is not here with me. He'll be back next week on Tuesday. He is in the live chat, however. So, hey there, Alexi. Hope you're having a great time in America. For now, we're going to start with the show. Our first story today talks about Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul urges Donald Trump to ensure Cambodia respects the ceasefire. Thai Deputy Prime Minister and Health Minister Anutin Chanvirakul publicly appealed to U.S. President Donald Trump to use his influence with Cambodia to urge respect for an existing ceasefire before any further peace negotiations could take place. The appeal follows reports of renewed violence along Cambodia's border with Thailand, particularly in contested areas near the Pret Vihia Temple complex and surrounding provinces. Anutin emphasized that the peace talks must be grounded in stability, not used to leverage territorial gains under the cover of diplomacy. He argued that a ceasefire is the precondition for any meaningful dialogue and that external players like the United States have moral and diplomatic leverage to push for it. The call also signals Bangkok's desire to internationalize the conflict, bringing in external pressure rather than relying solely on ASEAN mediation. Well, yeah, so far the ASEAN mediation hasn't seemed to work so far, and Donald Trump is also making it into the news, so why not? In an interview, Anutin Chanvirakul was also asked about what does he think about Donald Trump being nominated for the Nobel Prize by Cambodia, which he immediately deflected and said, that is not any of my concern. My concern is regarding Thailand's safety and making sure that, we don't go to war and that we have some peace talks around here. And, right, I thought that was a great answer. Anyways. For now, we're going to move on to our next story. Now, we've got quite a few wacky stories today. And our first story, of course, takes us all to our favorite city. You guessed it, Pattaya. 2 trans women spray chemical attack and rob an Indian man in Pattaya hotel. Oh, stories are getting a lot more wilder these days. It's not just gold chains. In Pattaya, 2 trans women have been arrested in connection with a violent robbery involving a chemical attack. The suspects reportedly sprayed a noxious substance, possibly a chemical irritant or aerosol, onto an Indian man staying at a hotel. They then robbed him of cash and valuable items before fleeing the scene. Hotel security and local police responded rapidly after alarms were raised. CCTV footage aided in identifying and tracking the suspects, leading to their arrest. The victim was treated at a local hospital for irritation and respiratory distress, but survived. Pattaya's tourism police have warned visitors to remain vigilant and report any suspicious behavior, especially in hotel corridors and lobbies. The case has drawn attention to the vulnerability of foreign tourists to targeted attacks and is prompting discussions about enhanced security in resort zones. Scary, especially taking place in a hotel or resort. I mean, yes, resorts a bit more unlikely because normally where these attacks happen, the hotels are a lot more smaller, like 2-star, 1-star hotels or makeshift kind of motels. But chemical attacks is taking it to a whole new level. We often have stories about especially regarding Indian men losing their gold chains on the beach road. But it's not often that we get chemical attacks. Surely this should be stopped as soon as possible. And the police are doing their investigation to find out who these people are and bring them to justice. But staying on the topic of health and safety, our next story talks about a fake doctor that's been arrested for supplying crystal meth to LGBTQIA clients in Bangkok. Bangkok authorities have arrested a man masquerading as a medical doctor after uncovering his role in supplying crystal methamphetamine to clients in the LGBTQIA community. The suspect, who held no legitimate medical license, is said to have used his cover to build trust among vulnerable social groups, offering pills under the guise of medicinal or recreational services. Police seized drug paraphernalia, client records, and chemicals in his apartment. Several clients have come forward in investigations providing testimony of discreet deliveries and clandestine drug sessions. The case is being treated as a major breach of public trust and an exploitation of marginalized communities. Health authorities and civil society groups are outraged. The suspects use identity and social access to facilitate addiction and trafficking. Well, I don't know what's worse, the fact that he had a fake medical license and that he's a fake doctor, or the fact that he's selling drugs. As Stinking Rocket's got a great comment in the live section. It's not meth, they're vitamins. You never have to sleep. It's medicinal. Yeah. I think people are focusing on the wrong aspect here. All the news topics regarding this story, the news sources around this topic are talking about the fact that he's a fake doctor. He's just a drug dealer, isn't he? If he's he's masquerading as a doctor, but he's still selling drugs. But anyways, yeah. I guess people trust a doctor more if you've got a lab coat. Hey, looks legit. Anyways, I'll move on to my next story that takes us to Phetchaburi, where a man arrested for a fatal shooting of his girlfriend. God, so many jealousy stories. Here we go. In Phetchaburi province, police have apprehended a man suspected of fatally shooting his girlfriend during a domestic dispute. The incident occurred in a rural area where the couple have been living. Neighbors say the women had complained previously about escalating tensions and threats. On the night of the killing, gunshots were heard and police found the woman dead at the scene with evidence of struggle. The suspect attempted to flee but was tracked down based on witness statements and forensic leads. He now faces charges of murder and illegal firearm use. The case has prompted public outrage about gender violence and calls for stronger protections for domestic abuse survivors in provincial areas. I picked this story because seems quite a common occurrence and a common story now that we have been reporting about. But again and again, we see domestic abuse survivors, as in women, coming out and talking about the fact that, hey, they've been abused and that they've been threatened by their partner, that their partner is going to kill them. And nobody takes them seriously until the partner eventually kills them, and then it makes the news. So do be vigilant out there, guys. Obviously, this story happened around the rural areas, but even in the city, it's no different. Get help. If you are a person who is facing domestic abuse, please get help from the police if you can. And if you see someone getting abused, perhaps take their comments seriously. For now, I'm going to go up to the north of Thailand, to Chiang Mai, where our next story talks about Chiang Mai banning lanterns in red zones during the Peng festival. Everyone loves the Lantern Festival in Thailand. However, in light of fire safety, environmental, and crowd control concerns, Chiang Mai authorities have banned the release of sky lanterns in designated red zones during this year's Peng Festival, also known as the Lantern Festival. These zones include areas near forested hills, temples, major roadways, and densely populated districts. Makes sense. But the ban is meant to prevent lanterns from starting fires in dry foliage, causing traffic hazards, or drifting into uncontrolled airspace. Enforcement will be backed by drone surveillance, patrols, and fines for violators. Organizers and tourists are being urged to alternate lantern options such as paper lanterns launched indoors or LED lights. The move is part of a broader effort to modernize festival safety protocols while preserving cultural celebration. I think that's a good move. I mean, absolutely makes sense that they would not allow them to, light up the lanterns in foresty areas or largely densely populated areas. There were a few years that they had completely banned it altogether, but I guess for tourism purposes they kind of brought it back, or they had to. It's still one of the best sights ever. If you've never experienced the Lantern Festival in Chiang Mai, check it out, because Chiang Mai, beautiful city in general, and especially at night when all those lanterns are flying up in the sky. Wow, it's a majestic view. But a lot of the times, yes, those lanterns going up have to come down, and they often end up in people's backyards or houses and light them on fire. So, do you want a nice aesthetic view and some Instagram pictures and then burn someone's house down? Where do we draw the line? Let us know in the comment section below. For now, I'm going to move on to some of our last stories of tonight. Our first one, causing a big issue in Phuket, where a Navy aircraft has blocked Phuket's airport runway after landing gear malfunction. A Navy aircraft experienced a landing gear malfunction just after touchdown at Phuket International Airport, causing it to stop on the runway and blocking incoming and outgoing flights. The incident occurred during a routine approach when one of the landing struts failed to deploy properly, leaving the aircraft grounded on the tarmac. Airport operations were immediately suspended and arriving flights were diverted while ground crews and airport emergency services responded. The aircraft's crew declared an emergency and all passengers were safely evacuated. Technicians and naval engineers were dispatched to inspect and remove the plane, a process expected to take several hours. The disruption caused delays across Phuket's air network with ripple effects into Bangkok and other domestic hubs. Airline operators scrambled alternate routing and offered accommodations to stranded passengers. So if you were wondering why your flights were delayed yesterday or your friends arrived late from Phuket, it was because of this situation. Landing gear failure can happen to anybody and everybody. All right. Now I'm going to move on to our last story of the day, which is, of course, this is not an only in Thailand story, but a little bit of a wacky one coming out of Thailand. But let me know your comments about this. I want to know about your comments about this. Did they mean it or did they not? A Thai couple have been caught having sex in public. Now, might seem like a normal occurrence, but this one is going absolutely viral all across Thai social media because of the place they chose to do it, which kind of, again, makes sense. But here we go. A Thai couple is at the center of a controversy after being filmed having sex inside a disabled access bathroom at a petrol station with the lights on through a see-through door, almost see-through door. The act was clearly visible from outside as the frosted glass door did little to conceal what was happening in the brightly lit cubicle. The video quickly went viral, sparking outrage across Thai social media. Now, critics have slammed the couple not only for public indecency, but also for disrespecting a facility meant for vulnerable users like the elderly and disabled. Legal experts say the couple may have violated Section 388 of Thailand's criminal code, which prohibits obscene acts in public spaces and carries a fine of up to 5,000 baht. While the couple's identities remain unknown, the public reaction has been intense, ranging from humor to outright condemnation. Hey, they did get a room, technically. But the incident has also reignited discussions about public behavior, privacy, and ethical boundaries of viral content in the age of social media. Yeah, when you gotta go, you gotta go. I mean, Yeah, there we go. I mean, look, I am not gonna comment on how far a couple or people are willing to go when the urge takes over, but I'd like to hope that there's still some decency in people where they probably have a proper room with closed doors in a condo or a house. But yeah, the videos that were being posted were so hilarious on TikTok. Like, there were people just sitting and watching and taking videos, and then they added like a funny Thai song as a background and soundtrack to the story. But who hasn't been here, huh? We've all done things that we haven't been proud of with our partner, and most of us haven't been caught, I guess. I have many advice on how not to get caught, but allegedly, but I would never be caught doing this. I wouldn't be doing this in the first place. Neither would all of the viewers. I know we're all gonna pretend to be decent people. Anyways, let us know your comments in the comment section below. What could they have done right? Was it wrong? Was it right? Why were people watching? Why didn't they just turn off the lights? Why were they on the bathroom floor of a disabled bathroom? And surely you could just be doing it standing up. Why were they on the floor? It's disgusting. Anyways, That's it. Those are some of the groundbreaking stories from Thailand today. There are, of course, a lot of cool stories. If you're into politics, if you're into sports, if you're into whatever you're into, you can check out more stories from across Thailand on thetiger.com, and you can let your comments be known in the comment section of Thailand's largest English news forum, ASEANnow.com. Today's Thursday night. Alex is not here, but hey, shout out to Alex's comedy at today's Thursday, so I guess it's Golden Hour. Yeah, if you're in Bangkok and you want to go to Golden Hour for Alex's comedy, go for it. He's not going to be there, but there we go. All right. That's it from me today. I'm going to go into the live section now. And check out Monster Jam. Thailand's probably one of the best parties happening on October 30th at Chatuchak. Monsterjam.com to buy your tickets. Check out some artists. Have some nice time. Go to a haunted maze. Why not? All right, going into the live section. I'll see you tomorrow live again, hopefully with one zombie. Until then, see you. Take care. Bye-bye.
If you like that story, please like and subscribe. And for more Thailand news, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at The Thaiger, or you can go to thetiger.com and join the conversation.